Hey, this is Dallas with Critical Hit Pest Management, and today I'm at a customer's house. We're doing some bed bug work, and I'm going to show you this whole process from start to finish on what I would do as a professional, what to look for from your side of things if you're the consumer, if you're having some issues with bed bugs. And then even in this video, I'm going to talk about possible price breakdown, national averages, and what you can look for when you're trying to hire a professional, the warranty, the expectations, and the pricing that you should be looking for, that you should be trying to get if you are going to hire a professional, and what they should offer for you. So let's get started. First thing I like to do when I get into a home is just walk into the main portion of the house. Now, I came out here a couple days ago, did an inspection on the home, and already isolated a lot of the issues where the bed bugs are being found, where they're congregating, what the customer is experiencing. But if you're looking at the house, if you're looking at the room itself, there's nothing here that's going to indicate that you really have any bed bug issues. Nothing at all. And we're even going to dive into that further. I'm going to show you and prove my point here. Look at this wall. If you're looking at the wall, you really can't see much of anything. I mean, it just looks like a regular wall, you know, wood slatted wall. No big deal, right? This is why having a flashlight is key in any inspection we do. If you're trying to inspect for bed bugs in your own home, make sure you have a great quality flashlight. But watch this. Now we're able to get in these cracks and crevices into black, right? And you can start seeing things pop up. A little bit of pivoting. This guy right there, right there. Oh, what's that right there? Oh, what's that? Here, let me zoom in for you. Okay, boom. Look at that. A capsules, skin cast, even live bed bugs. That's what they look like. Take the flashlight away. You can still see because I'm zoomed in, but if I zoom out, it's harder to see. So, the importance of a flashlight. But when I do the inspection, I'm going through the entire cracks and crevices of the walls. I'm inspecting around the bed. Number one, checking the box springs. The mattress, a lot of times people will check the mattress and expect to find something, but that's a lie. The dead giveaway in most bed bugs that I find is the box springs. In 20 years of doing this, the box springs is my number one go-to. I always move the box springs. I always open it and flip it over. 9 times out of 10, if there is a bed bug issue, you're going to find evidence on the box springs. And a lot of consumers forget to do that. They just check the mattress. They check the sheets. They pull that off. They look. They're like, oh, I'm okay. No big deal. But they forget to really dive deep. And you have to dive deep for bed bugs. These guys are nature's greatest hiders. At this point in time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to prep the room how I would prep it. And I'll get some video. We will show you how to check the box springs, and we will show you how to do an application using some specific products that I like to use. We'll talk about those here in a minute. So what I'm doing here, I'm actually removing the cheesecloth on the back side of the box springs. This is a great hiding spot for bed bugs to go behind here. So any of the box springs that I have, I'll always remove the cheesecloth. It'll help you in the long run. So always take it off. And I fold it in on itself. I roll it in on itself to not adversely spread any bed bugs or A capsules or whatever. So I roll it in on itself as I take it away. Then what I do, I have it all wrapped up nice and tight. We're going to dispose of this. We're going to place this in the trash and throw it away. Now what we have is an exposed box springs backside, okay? And this is why we want to do that, because that cheesecloth, as you can see, is wrapped up. It's stapled, okay? It's all stapled, so getting behind it's kind of difficult. But once you do, you have this little tuft here. And this tuft here, this little tuck and fold, is A1 hiding spot for bed bugs. They love to get underneath here. They will crawl through this side here. They will hang out here. They will spread their pheromones. They will attract others to that area, but then they will go down and tuck up underneath here in severe cases of bed bug issues. So you, the homeowner, when you're looking, really get down to that level. You may think you don't see anything. You may not see anything at all out here. You may not see nothing. You're like, oh, I don't have bed bugs. No big deal. I didn't see anything. That's because they're not there. They're hiding back behind here. Bed bugs are thigmotactic, meaning they like something touching both sides of their bodies pretty much at all times. So they hang out in places that they can have that nice, comforting feeling touching both sides of their bodies. Go right up in here, and they're pocketed and they feel safe. It's an evolutionary design. So go through, inspect all of this, inspect all that, make sure there's no issues, go through, look. And again, what are we looking for? Well, we're looking for bed bugs. So, turn my camera light on. That right there is a bed bug. That's what they look like. Okay, they're just dark brown, almost reddish color, and they're kind of somewhat semi-translucent. The nymphal stage bed bugs are more translucent. You can actually see blood in them, but these are the fully grown adults. Okay, that's what you're looking for. Now that's the dead giveaway. That's what you're going to see moving around. Other things that you're going to be looking for, the A capsules. Now anything that you see is white, like right there, those are the A capsules. Extremely small. And little black dot to the right of that, that is a blood smear. They drink your blood, and so when they defecate blood. Pretty gross. And the other thing you're going to be looking for, here's more of a nymphal stage bed bug. Here's another adult right there. There's another adult with a nymph next to it. So that's a great comparison. You can see the different size characteristics of the bed bug. 5 stages, 5 instar stages in a bed bug life cycle. You're looking at probably stage 3 right there below, and a full-grown adult at the top. There's some more A capsules. The white is the A capsules. You can see them with the naked eye. They're not microscopic. They're tiny, but you can see them with the naked eye. More of that pitting there, right? And this crack and crevice all the way up is going to be problematic. It's going to be problematic. They're all butted up in there. Again, stigmatism. They're all inside there. So we're going to do several things to get them out of there. We're going to vacuum. We're going to do some applications of pesticides. We're going to start killing them out. But that's what you're looking for. Again, on the box springs, you're going to be looking for those signs right there on the box springs. You're going to be looking for the blood stains on the box springs itself. So those are the things you're going to be looking for. You're going to be looking for actual adults. You're going to be looking for A capsules, and you're going to be looking for blood smears on your box springs, front and back. You're going to do the same thing on your mattress. You're going to look for those. Those are dead giveaway signs. Once you start seeing that, then you know. The other thing that we need to discuss, possibly one of when you're looking, but it's a skin cast. Okay, they have an exoskeleton. They shed their skin cast when they molt and they go to the next stage of life. They shed their exoskeleton, and that's what you're seeing right there. That is an exoskeleton of a bed bug. Okay. You will see multiple sizes of those as they grow and they get bigger. The exoskeletons, the skin cast, will be multiple sizes. That's an actual live bed bug there. Probably nymphal stage 2 or 3. Now that we've done that, we've identified what we're looking for. We know what we're looking for. We've seen the issues. Now we get to do the hard, laborious job of checking every bit of this house. We got to go across all of this. Okay, they can be everywhere, top and bottom. And that is where one of the greatest products that have been invented for bed bugs came out in 2017. That's where we're going to use that product on those areas. And we'll talk about that product in a little bit as well. Okay, we're going to do the application inside the cracks and crevices of this wall here. We're also going to hit the baseboarding. Always make sure if you're going to do any applications yourself, get a respirator, wear a respirator. My health is important to me. These products that you're applying, you may not see it, but there is a fine mist that will be in the room. As you're breathing, you will be inhaling that, especially in a closed environment like this. So always make sure you wear a respirator, have one ready. If you're doing any self-applications, just please, again, I can't stress this, wear a respirator.
Okay, the respirator's on. Even the product label itself says wear a respirator. So the product label says wear a respirator, you gotta wear a respirator. The label is the law. Always remember that, the label is the law. Let's get the application done on these cracks and crevices right now for the bed bugs. I've already mixed up the pesticide. We're using Crossfire in this. I have the tip on pin string, so it's going to shoot her a nice, fine, straight line where I can get all these cracks and crevices. So let's get started. So as you can see, I have the pin string on. I'm going to hit these crevices just like this. If you're getting a little bit of splashback, don't worry. We get that cleaned up. Come back with a towel and clean that up, or a napkin. Keep it on the low setting. You don't need much. You don't need much pressure. 25 psi at the nozzle tip is about what's legal and what you need. Okay, that's been done. Now we're going to go for the cracks and crevices. I don't want to use a pin stream on this section due to the fact that it's going to push out a lot. There's going to be some splashback. So I'm going to use the fine coarse fan. It should prevent a lot of splashback. I went ahead and changed the tip to fine coarse spray. So as you can see, it's more of a fan. Nice little mist. And I can go back and kind of do like a little barrier. Help, if they cross that, they'll start dying off. One thing about cross check, you got to make sure you keep this thing agitated while you're using it. Let's do the application up here now. Gonna do it just like that. We're gonna clean off the sides of the walls as well once they're finished. But we're trying to get that product inside those cracks and crevices all the way down to start killing those bed bugs. We're gonna do that application across the entire wall. That application is gonna go across its entire wall. And we'll go back and clean this up. That way there's no residual pesticides left out that are unintended. So that's the next step.
I have all the wall, both sides, taken care of. Treated that all the way throughout. So next step is going to be to service this mattress. It's the same principle. You're going to go through and hit these tucks and folds on both sides to make sure that you're making sure that there's no additional bed bugs in there. So you're gonna treat this, you're gonna treat the tucks and folds. You don't necessarily need to do a full topical application. In fact, a lot of the times the products will tell you not to do that, or it's not labeled to do that, which is totally fine. You're just looking for the tucks and folds. Again, that's where they're gonna be. So tucks and folds, that's where you're gonna service. Pocketed areas like this, they're gonna be back in here, so you're gonna wanna service that. And then that's the biggest thing, is to check, you know, this is a double topper, or a single topper, I think, but you're gonna wanna get inside of here and look in here and service that. So that's what's gonna happen next. This is the mattress, so labeling and the products utilized on mattresses are going to be, pretty restrictive as far as like actually applying to the mattress, because you are going to be sleeping on that. So the whole goal is anytime a pesticide's applied, it's not to have any contact with any skin or human person. So that's what we're going to try to. That's why you shouldn't apply across the entire topical surface of it, front or back. Just hit the cracks and crevices. Once I do that, I'm gonna do the same thing on the box springs. The box springs is a little bit more forgiving since nobody's gonna be sleeping technically on the box springs. There's not a lot of skin contact to the surface, so you don't have to worry about that as much. But again, the box springs is a little bit more difficult because all these tucks and folds that we talked about earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna service these, and then I'm gonna lay it back down and place it where it needs to be placed. Okay, pretty much everything is done and complete in this room. As you can see, I laid the bed back down. What I did after the application, one important thing, is to make sure that you leave some spacing. Try not to have your bed and your box springs right up against the wall. Try to space it out if you possibly can. That way, it just makes it a little bit more challenging for the bed bugs to get from the wall to the bed, or any cracks and crevices that they're in. But I do try to leave the room back in the same condition as I found it for the customer. That way they can come back in here, put their sheets on it, put the bed back together, and hopefully start getting a better, more peaceful night's rest. So we're finished with this room. All in all, I probably spent about an hour and a half in this room. That's about what it takes to really thoroughly go through the room and do a proper inspection and proper service. The next is going to be going into the living room to check the couch and the furniture, make sure there's no issues in there, and then the other room on the other end of the house to do some more applications, and we'll get to that next. Saw me and witnessed me pull that cheesecloth off the back of the couch. I'm gonna show you why. This is what's inside of the couch from the bottom side. So the reason why I pulled off the cheesecloth is because I wanted to show you, number one, you have to inspect this on your couch. So depending on how your couch is designed, you will have cheesecloth on the bottom of it, and you will always have this tucked fold, just like the box springs where they can hide. But the other thing to understand is that there's this huge cavity. I mean, this is just a big cavity of space for them to get into and hide. So, you know, here's the outside of the couch, right? And that's the armrest, but they can hide inside that. They can get back in there and bed themselves in there. So I've seen them in there. They're not in there right now. Like on this couch, they're not in there, but I have seen them in areas just like that in previous couches. Also, these holes here, I have found them hiding inside here in the past. I've also found them hiding in crevices and things like this in the past. Nature's greatest hiders, man, I'm telling you. But we're gonna service this, gonna hit this with some Aprehend as a prevention and move on. Living room, I wanted to show you some areas where you should look when you think you may have some bed bugs, specifically on the couch. Tucks and folds, remember? So some of the best places they hide, easiest places they hide, man, right in here. Always check this little back corner, both sides, and in here as well. This little pocket, they love to hide in that pocket. Any pockets like this, they love to hide in too. You also want to check the front. The front here. Lift that up, pull that back. You may find them in here. You're gonna have to do that all the way across. All the way across. Couch looks like. But you also want to check inside of all these pockets. Now I'm talking really open it up, really get in there and inspect. See how deep it goes. You know, and that's not a bed bug, that's actually a crumb. But you'll also want to check in between the couch cushions. If these come out, take those off, inspect behind them. But check the whole couch, whole thing. All right, so we're in the second bedroom, the kids' room, and I've done a full inspection on this room. Went through and checked all the mattresses, checked all the bed frame. Again, it's that same style wall, so I checked all that, made sure everything was okay. I'm not finding anything in here, which is a good sign, which is a great sign actually. So the issue was found relatively soon. So we're able to get kind of a head start on it and prevent it from getting any worse or spreading throughout the house. So what we're going to do in here, we're going to use a product called Aprehend. And for my gamer nerds out there, this is an A tier, S tier product in my personal opinion. I've been using it since 2017 when it first was developed and came out in Oklahoma. So I've been using it since then. It's been instrumental in any of the bed bug services that I've utilized and worked on. It's the only product out there that has a 90-day warranty on bed bugs. Really cool science behind it. I'll make another video about that, talking about it. But that's what we're using today in this room here. And that's specifically because it does give a 90-day residual. And so if there's any transference from one room to the other, they will cross through the barrier. They will pick up the fungal spore. It will germinate on their exoskeleton and kill them within 7 to 14 days. So we don't have to worry about, spreading. This is a good way to prevent that from even starting. If a rogue bed bug gets in here, crosses that barrier, it will pick up that fungal spore pesticide, and it will start killing it off over 7 to 14 days. So we're gonna put a nice protective cover on this room, as I would call it, to prevent any movement. I'll get into that right now. I'll show you what it looks like and what you have to do. Again, the product itself is called Aprehend, and you're not gonna be able to find this as a general consumer to buy. And if you do, don't just buy it and think you're gonna be able to apply it with any regular sprayer. One additional thing about the Aprehend product itself is that it's an RTU product, which means ready to use, okay? You're not going to take that product and mix it with water, put it in a 1 gallon compressed sprayer and apply it. It will not work that way. That product is designed to go right into the ULV applicator tip, the device, the gun, and it's applied at 50 linear feet per 1 ounce. So you're not going to be able to apply it correctly unless you specifically use that ULV applicator. They make this product specifically for pest control operators, business owners, licensed pest control operators. We are pretty much the only ones that are supposed to get our hands on it or be allowed to get our hands on it. I know that's not the case. I've seen it being able to be sold online. But the problem is, if you buy it and you just buy it in the bottle and you think you're gonna mix it in a 1 gallon sprayer and go to town, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work that way. You have to have this specialized applicator. This applicator is a ULV applicator, which stands for ultra low volume application. This takes the product itself and turns it into a very fine mist, very fine, almost like a fog. Not quite that much, but almost like a fog. And what it'll do, it allows the fungal spores of the product itself, because it's a living pesticide, it's a microbial product. There are fungal spores that are inside it that are living. It allows you to apply that product to the surface area, and it's going to stick it in here, and then it's going to allow bed bugs to cross it and germinate. So if you go in there with a regular sprayer, it's probably going to get clumped up. It's not going to apply correctly. It's going to, the actual fungal spores, when they hit a surface, they're going to bounce right off. They're gonna bounce off, they're not gonna stick. This allows that product to stick. So good luck trying to find it. As a general consumer, I don't recommend it. You want a professional to apply this. I always recommend professional help and service work anytime you need it, and especially with bed bugs. Always hire a professional. But I have seen this being sold online. Beware. The other thing is the product itself. It has to be stored between 45 degrees and 72 degrees. If it gets below that, it will degrade the fungal spore. It will die off. If it gets hotter than that, 72 degrees, if Fahrenheit, if it gets hotter than that for an extended amount of time, it's going to kill off this fungal spore. So it's really important to make sure that when I buy the product, it's one of the only products that I actually store outside of the chem room. I store it inside the office, and it's in a safe, locked away spot. But it is stored inside, so I can control and maintain that temperature check between 45 and 72 degrees. So that's what we're going to be using today. I'm going to show you how to apply it. I'm going to show you what I do to apply it and how it's going to help prevent bed bugs.
Okay, here we are. Again, wear a respirator. You definitely got to wear a respirator with this product because it's just so fine. You can breathe it in so easily. It comes with a little compressor, and the compressor itself pumps the air through the applicator, and we're able to get that application to stick. We're going to turn it on, kind of show you kind of what it looks like. Just like that. So the product itself will come out in a fine mist. We're going to stick it to the surface, and this is going to give us 90 days, up to 90 days of protection. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to apply the product down in the baseboard area. So the bed bugs come down to get into the bed. If there are any here, they'll cross the barrier. I'll start killing them off. Let me show you how to do this. You want to come out about this far, and you want to leave a 2-inch barrier, 2-inch band across the surface. One ounce of product will get you 50 linear feet. Once we got that taken care of, the baseboard, we're going to come around here. We're also going to hit this 90 degree here, just for the heck of it. Just be safe. Go ahead. So let's look at that real quick. Let's look at that real quick. Let's zoom in on it. You can see it leaves a little sheen. It's really oily. So it's a real oily product that you just got to watch out for when you apply it, because it can stain some things. But yeah, it leaves that sheen afterwards. They'll cross through it. Pick it up, and they'll start dying out.
Alright, so I appreciate you watching that video. If you've watched the whole thing, I hope you gained some knowledge out of that. It's very difficult and challenging to take 20 years of experience and put that down into a 30-40 minute video. The other thing is there's so many application techniques that I did not show in this process. I really only showed you how to apply a liquid pesticide inside the cracks and crevices. But there's so many other products that we have at our disposal. Dust products, we have coverings for mattresses, we have monitors that we can use, we have other liquid applications we can apply, and then the bevy of just pesticides that are on the market for us to use as a whole. I mean, my gosh, I can think of probably 10 to 15 just off the top of my head that I use on a consistent basis for the different situations that arise.
So this is just a very quick glimpse. I mean, this video took a long time to put together, but it doesn't really get into the full understanding of what really goes into a pest service. You got a glimpse of it, and you got a good understanding of how in depth it can be, but it goes so much further than that, especially when it comes to homes that are just inundated with them. That house, on a scale to 1 to 10, I'd give that house a 2 or 3. I'd probably give it a 2 out of 10 on how bad it was. I have done homes that were so much worse than that, so severe. I've had to gut an entire home before. My buddy and I, we went out and a coworker of mine, we went out and gutted a home. It took 2 whole days, and we rented a dumpster, and we just took the stuff and threw in the trash. So it's just insane how much time can go into these services, depending on how complex and difficult they are. The home is really the biggest enemy. If it's a good kept home, it's a little bit easier, and if it's a hoarder type situation, oh my God, it'll take you days. So I did mention in that video that I wanted to talk about a couple things. Let me pull those up. I wanted to talk to you about the pricing, warranty, national averages on pricing, and then what a pest control company should offer you and what they should be talking to you about preemptively. I did put some shorts on, a couple shorts on YouTube that kind of give you 3 tips to talk about that, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of expand on those right now. Number 1, pricing. So like, what is a national average price for bedbug service work? It depends on the type of work that you're going to get. Okay. So number 1, like anything liquid related, liquid pesticides, dust pesticides, vacuuming, harvest removal, and even the Aprehend product application, it can vary anywhere between the $800 range to the $2,000 range. Any company that's coming out and saying that they're going to be able to do this for less than $800, I would be wary and just think about it for a second, see what qualifications they have. I'm not trying to pinpoint or talk crap about anybody out there. I just know that there's a certain level of experience and expertise that the dollar amount is going to be attached to. You get what you pay for at the end of the day. National average is around $1,500, okay? That's a good, if you're going to have somebody do it, that's a good base value to think about what you're going to be paying. I'm in Oklahoma, okay? I'm in Oklahoma, I'm in the Midwest. That's about what we are paying. Out west, California, out east, New York City, it's gonna be a lot more. Okay, it's going to be a lot more. Now, when we start talking about heat treatments, then it's gonna really crank up. You're probably talking a minimum of $2,500, all the way up to $5,000. I have done a pest or a bedbug job, the worst one that I ever did. You know, that was above $6,000-$7,000 for that one. Took 2 days to do that. But it just depends on the company. But national average, once you take East, Midwest, and the West, you add it all together, we're about $1,500 national average. Other companies are going to be higher than that. Other companies are going to be lower than that. Just at the end of the day, it just depends on where you're located. Okay, let's get into the next thing. Warranty. So with the price tag should come warranties, okay? And different companies are going to be offering you different styles of warranties. Some are going to offer you a 30-day warranty, some are going to offer you a 60-day warranty, some are going to offer you a 90-day warranty, and some are simply just not going to offer a warranty at all. And if you don't get a warranty by any means, stay the hell away from those companies, okay? If they're not able to put their warranty on it or some level of expectation of what should happen, you don't want to work with those guys. Just go find somebody else, pay the additional money, because the warranty, I promise you, is going to pay dividends to you later. What should the service frequency look like? Well, here's what I do for my customers. I come out there the first part of the month and I do the first application, as you saw in this video. That was the first application. Okay, I'm going to follow up with that customer 2 weeks later. I'm going to follow up with them. I'm going to come back to the property. I'm going to do another application for them. I'm going to inspect the full house again and see what's going on. If it warrants me putting out additional pesticides and doing additional work, I will. What comes after that? I come back 2 weeks after that secondary service. I come back 2 weeks later and perform a third service, a full inspection And any applications that need to be made after that, I will do. I want to make sure that the customer is satisfied. So it's 3 services that they get in that 1 month period. After that, I apply a 30-day warranty on top of that work. So after the first month is done, I then apply another 30-day warranty and say, give me a call if you experience anything, because I want to make sure that this situation is nixed in the butt and taken care of. Okay, so that's what a warranty that I feel is a proper warranty should look like. I have been doing this for 20 years. That is what I've offered my customers over the past 20 years, and it seems to work and work really well. So I think anybody that's out there in the pest control industry, the smart ones out there, they are going to reaffirm what I'm saying about the initial service, the 2-week follow-up, and the 2-week follow-up after that. Now, what I can also provide my customers, once this is all said and done and the process is all complete, I can offer them a 90-day reapplication for a nominal fee. They'll pay me the fee every 90 days, and what will happen is I will come out there, I will look at the beds, I will reapply the Aprehend product to the bottom sides of the box springs, to the bed frame, and do a full inspection just to make sure that we're not getting any influx or a flare up again of bed bugs. So the 90-day reapplication is kind of a peace of mind, and I tell the customer, I said, look, we can do this as long as you want to go. Like, we can do this for the year, we can do this for 2 years, 3 years, however long you want to go. But, you know, after 6 months, if we do it twice and after 6 months there's no issue, they're not seeing anything, you're pretty much good to go. Like, I wouldn't even recommend doing anything after that. I would just say, hey, pretty much you're done. Bed bugs can live up to a year, 6 months to a year. Studies are showing 6 months to a year without a blood meal. So they do have some longevity without feeding. They can last a little while. But I generally say, like, at 6 months, if you're not seeing anything, I feel pretty confident letting you know that the problem's been resolved and we can move on. What's next? Let's see. What should the company explain and offer to you as a consumer? Pretty much everything that I've stated just now and everything that I stated in this video. They should be able to replicate and have that conversation with you without a hitch. I mean, this should roll off their tongue. This should feel very natural when you're talking to them. They should be able to offer you a multitude of service applications and why they want to do it. Again, every house is different than the last house we were at, okay? So your situation is going to vary, but they should have a protocol designed for you and your home. So when they go out there, they do an inspection, they look at it, they're going to come up with a game plan. They're going to explain the game plan to you, the rhyme and the reasons behind it, and then they're going to let you know, hey, this is what's going to happen. We're going to do this. Here's our warranty. Here's our expectation. Here's what the price is going to cost you. Here's what you're going to get for the price. Do you have any questions? And don't let them leave unless all your questions are fulfilled. Ask any and every question that you may have, okay? That is going to be the most important thing. Their knowledge base should be pretty intense. It should be well-versed. They should have a lot of information to provide you. And if they don't, if you don't feel like you're getting the information that you need, just like this video has described to you, and I've scratched the surface on this information. I've barely scratched the surface. There's so much more out there. But if they don't give you at least what I've given you here, you need to go talk to somebody else. Okay? I really, really, truly hope this helps you out completely. If you're dealing with this situation, I know what the psychological toll it can play on you. You know, you go in your room every night, you lay down at night, and you're getting bit by insects, and it sucks. It's the worst thing. It's very invasive on you, your home, and your psyche. So I really hope that you're finding the best companies that are out there to help you out. Again, you can always comment in the link below. Let me know what questions you may have on this video, and I will respond to them and answer them as quickly and as efficiently as possible. I'll probably do follow-up videos based upon really, really good questions. I'll make some follow-up videos. But again, good luck with the process. I hope I wish you the best. If you are going to try to do this on your own and you are going to try to tackle the situation by yourself, It is going to be challenging. It's going to be difficult, especially if you've never done it before. I always recommend hiring a company, hiring a good company, and hiring a company that will take care of you. It's worth the money and the investment to have peace of mind at the end of the day. I promise you, it is just worth it to go out there and have a quality company come in there and ease your concerns and take care of the situation for you. You're going to want to have somebody walk you through this process at any and every time. So again, good luck. Like, share, comment below with anybody else that's out there that that's having some issues with bed bugs. Again, I'm a resource, so put your comments below. I will come back and I will try to answer as many as possible. Again, thank you. There's going to be a multitude of other videos that are coming out. Look at some of my other shorts and other videos on bed bugs and everything else that I have out there. I appreciate it. I appreciate your subscription. I appreciate your likes and your follows, and I appreciate your comments. Take care.